So this is my first bullet journal that I've done. It lasted me about 6 months, and it was a great companion to my crazy busy life, and just want to share it with you and hopefully inspire you to start your own. First of all, definitely my information in the front, don't forget that in case it's lost. Got an index, future log, and moving right into the dailies. I actually started this in the middle of the month, and I would say definitely if you're thinking of starting a bullet journal, don't be afraid to just start whatever day it is. Maybe go out and get yourself a good notebook, but other than that, just get going. Dive right in, right on the page, make that first mark, and see how it works for you. Here's a workout tracker where I was keeping track of what I was doing. A lot in this journal I used a whole week at a time on my spread, and that worked quite a bit. I don't do that right now, but it worked okay for me for a lot of time, I guess. So you can see these are just those weeks. Another habit tracker. Some messy collections. June we actually traveled, so you'll see some of that here. We went from Korea to America, right around here, and so I included a memories page, and I'm really glad I did. So this was, these were actually in Korea, and I love just looking back and seeing that, and this was in America, and I did some journaling as well within the bullet journal about my travels. This is a page I tried, a weekly spread, and I wasn't crazy about it, so I just moved on. And some more, an exercise tracker, which I sadly didn't keep up with when I started traveling. This was a great list, my packing list that I made. And I'm actually really glad that I made this and that I will be able to refer back to it and can make a new list for our next travel. And it was great because I had the list and I had a list of tasks I need to complete before I left. And it was also nice because I could use this list to delegate to family members things that needed to be done as well. So here's, we went on a vacation to Crossville, Tennessee, and I made another list of what to pack and do and had some reflections on that. In July, I, instead of doing the memories page, I just did a little one line of what something we did each day. And then here I've had our sort of weekly plan. While we were on vacation, I started these habit trackers with the concept that it was that we were traveling, not to do a lot, but to try to be disciplined. And obviously I didn't keep up with them. I was struck with this horrible flu. And I had the idea to do a habit tracker for my kids. And this particular way didn't work. I needed it to be something that they could see, and I'll make a video about that in the future when we are doing it now, and when we've got a little bit more time, maybe we'll talk about that. So I often added in just some sketchy pages. So this one was some part of a Bible lettering challenge online. The challenge was to do one every month, and I managed to do 6 in the month, but that's fine. In August, I also did a log and thought I'd use this page for some sketching and doodling, and I only got this far. I don't know why I didn't do any more, but it's fine. this spread was actually kind of a decent spread for me for a while. I had the whole week at a time. I had my little tasks and a habit tracker, the menu, and the weekly goals. So that worked for quite a while. Around this time, I discovered The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod and devoted these pages to that, as well as these. These are the morning affirmations that I would read, that I still do read, and it looks like a lot, and it is, but it's mostly scripture verses that are really great. I found this on Bible.org, and I'll provide the link in the description to that. So here's September. I, for some reason, did not get around to making a proper log for the month, and that's kind of a shame. I did use the weeklies. I still use the journal loosely, I guess. For some reason, I decided to draw a monster. And I also started adding in some weekly reviews here. So I would ask myself on Sunday night or Monday morning, what worked, what didn't work, and what am I going to do next week? So you'll see that a lot in here, and that's a great helpful exercise for me. Here's another, and some sketchy notes from church, another weekly review, and a brain dump where I just kind of thought through a lot for my business, weekly review. And around this time, I started getting a little bit more consistent with my style, which I moved into the new journal. And that's nice aesthetically. I started using this pen right here. It's a Tombow, and I'll provide a link to this on Amazon. And this one is, I think you can only get in Korea. It's a touch liner, and it's pretty thin. I really like it, but Micron makes a similar pen, so I'll link to that as well. And this one, this one is water resistant, so if I do spill, I haven't yet, but if I spill water on it, most of this will remain on the page, which would be good. October. Here I was actually starting a book study, and we had some questions that we answered at the end. And instead of using another notebook, I just used this one. I devoted these 2 pages to it, and when they were full, I moved it up. So you can see here it continues on 103, and then again it continues in my new bullet journal. So that's something to do if you have something you want to do over a longer period. You can just put it right in wherever you are on the next page. And about here's when I started thinking about the new bullet journal, because I knew that I wouldn't make it through a whole month with what was left. So I looked through. I thought about what pages I wanted to add into the new journal, what was important to me, and I made this list and I marked the pages. I have one more page. I like this, some sketchy notes, and that's it. So this was just such a great thing for me, and I was excited to move into this second journal. So I started this in November, and I'll just show you real quick. I started a birthdays page to keep track of some family members' birthdays that I wanted to send them cards, and I like it a lot. And I've got their addresses here, so I can refer to that really quickly at the post office. I did move my Level 10 Life and Miracle Morning pages in here. And part of the visualization is to that I do is to look over this list and sort of visualize, what does my life look like when I do these goals that are on here. So that's a great exercise for you. As far as the visualization, I also have a Pinterest board that I refer to sometimes. The morning affirmations, which I think is kind of one of the most important parts for me. I made this spread just to keep track of which books of the Bible I've read. I started out with some short ones, and now I'm tackling a longer one. And November added a gratitude, and a weekly review here. Tried to sketch out my week. I've done this in different ways, and I'm trying to find one that works well. You can see this is the continuation of my collection from before. And it's a set list for my band, which we've definitely referred back to. Here's a collection I made for the letters that I'm sending. So I'm aiming to write and send a letter a week, sometimes more, and I'm just kind of adding to that as I go through and seeing how long it takes for letters to get from Korea to America. And here we've got December. I split it up, and then I've got just a few more pages here. And we're on to today. So I definitely recommend that you do this. And both of these notebooks have been wonderful. This one's the moleskin dotted notebook with a hardcover, and this one is a Leuchtturm 1917 maybe. I'll link to these in the description, and both of them are great. I honestly can't choose one over the other. I know this one comes in more colors. This one just comes in black, but I actually like the sort of compactness of this one. It's a little bit narrower, and you see I can actually like grab it with my whole hand. It's a little harder with this one, but so I don't know when I move into a next one which one I'll go for, but they're both great and can handle being lugged around every day for 6 months, no problem. And we've got some wear here, but it's nothing, no pages fell out. So these are great notebooks. And if you're thinking of starting a bullet journal, I highly recommend it, and just dive in. Don't try to be perfect, just make a mess and enjoy.